guys, it's Ben from the Bonehead Podcast here, and there's a great event being run by a friend of the podcast and a one-time co-host, actually, and thought it was worth just spreading the message. So I've chucked it on the YouTube channel, chucked it on the podcast feed, and I've got Rob, friend of the podcast, runner of Secret Carnage and the North Wales Carnage Cup, is joining me here to talk through it. Rob, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Ben. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. How's your apocalypse? Nice and calm.
Yeah. I mean, been enjoying spending time in the garden, but unfortunately, I do all my painting at work. I'm lucky enough to work in a game
Oh
shop,
wow.
and I've been missing out on the painting. So, garden good, painting bad at the moment.
Oh, that's crazy. That's what. Well, actually, there's a lot of people who are working from home who are getting a lot of paint done. So I think work is
Yeah,
probably a reasonable place to do your hobby. So that is fantastic. So the reason we've got Rob on the show today is we just want to talk about your event, Rob. So why don't you take it away and introduce us and talk to us about what you're doing at the moment?
yep. So I run, as you said, a couple of tournaments. It looks like none of them are going to run this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the one that was meant to be happening in November, I've pushed back to give time for everyone who's pushed their tournaments back a chance to run it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Very good.
The one that's happening at the end of this month, that's just definitely not happening. And Secret Carnage, again, didn't look like that was likely to be happening. So I decided to take kind of the idea behind Secret Carnage, which was basically let's do things and let's make them crazy and kind of celebrate the hobbying, the fun, that kind of side of Blood Bowl, rather than the competitive play. So let's take that idea and move it online. Fumble seemed the sensible place for that. With Fumble, you've got the normal regular teams. You've got the
Well, Fumble's the birthplace of the secret teams and the Stunty League teams, so
yeah,
it makes a lot of sense.
and the other great thing about Fumble is, like you talked about on your last podcast, virtually any computer can get to it, so you don't have to have
Yeah.
the right computer or the right console. You can. It should be as open as possible.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, I get
accessible.
the
Anything that can run Java can run it, and that's why the NAF are moving some of their tournaments onto it at the moment, wherever possible, because it is a really great platform. It looks a bit old school and it's a bit clunky to run, but it works and it means you can play games and it does run a game of Blood Bowl for you. So this is a very logical move.
yeah. I really like Fumble. I have a objection to having to pay extra money to be able to play PlayStation games online once I've bought the PlayStation game. So I tend to just play online
Yeah.
with Fumble rather than to have a PlayStation Network account. So yeah, and then once I've decided to do something on Fumble, I go into Fumble, I work out how exactly you can run tournaments, basically take what would have been the Secret Carnage rule set and turn it into a Fumble game. Um, at the same time, I wanted to run a tournament where people can get involved. I wanted to have it so everyone who played got something for it above and beyond just being able to play a little token momentum.
Because that is one of the great things about going to a tournament like the ones you would run, Rob, and actually like the ones we run as well, because we kind of have the same theory, is
Yeah,
actually give every coach a little bit of something. It's a dice. I mean, you've done some great works with tokens that I know you're going to come to in a moment. But yeah, I love that. So even though it's an online event, you wanted to make sure that all the people who are participating got a little memento of taking part
yeah,
in that event.
yeah, definitely. So I came up with a logo, got in touch with Ultra Dice. If
Yeah.
you've not checked out their Facebook page, please go and do it. They're probably the best quality dice I've seen. I've got dice from tons of different manufacturers. I've never had them make anything for me before,
Yeah.
but a couple of people who I know and trust have used them,
That's
and I've got the dice,
cool.
and they're fantastic quality.
Well, we're going to have to
Got in
check out
touch
Ultra
with
Dice then.
got in touch with them. They have been very happy to work with me, casting up prototypes and things. I've shared the photos of those online.
Yeah, we'll have a look at those in just a moment.
Unfortunately, the guy who normally does the engraving for them, or fortunately, has spending all his time doing PPE and other COVID-19 related stuff. So his workshop's not available for dice engraving at the moment, which is why there's not kind of like finished photos of the stuff that's going to be the logos and things in the block dice.
I think that's fair enough given the situation.
Yeah, I don't want to end up diverting anyone's attention away from
what's going on,
more important things for toy dice. Yeah,
and so this event is tailored to support with that, isn't it?
Yeah. So once I had the dice made up, I decided that they looked really, really good once I saw what Ultra Dice were going to be doing. And I thought the people not playing in the tournament might want to buy them. I then decided that, I'd always intended that the tournament raise a little bit of money for for charity. So I then decided to pick Médecins Sans Frontières, or Doctors Without Borders, as it's called in the US, as the charity. I picked that because it's an international charity, and I wanted this to be a kind of everyone together type thing. And honestly, I believe that COVID-19 is probably going to be around for a while, and the only way to get rid of it completely is to fight it wherever it pops up,
and to find ways to support. Absolutely,
it's come from abroad into the UK. It's come from everywhere that isn't China. It's come from China type of thing. So if it pops up anywhere, it can get everywhere. Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières, they work in over 40 countries, I believe. They're getting ready to fight COVID, or are fighting COVID, in hundreds of different places around the globe. And many of those places, they are essentially the only health service up to the job. The government is not able to provide universal healthcare in the same way that we would expect it either in the UK or most of Europe and the US.
Yeah.
So I think Médecins Sans Frontières are doing a great job, and it'd be great to give them a bit of extra cash.
So, in a summary point, Rob, you're going to be running a Fumble tournament. You've got some incredible dice being made up, and all the money that you have made from the event, or you make from the event, will go towards Doctors Without Borders.
Yes, definitely.
Which is fantastic.
And once I decided to do the 2d6, I saw just how fantastic they look. I'm obviously trying to sell dice, but more than that, I genuinely think they are some of the best looking dice I've seen.
They are very, very cool. If you're all right, Rob, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, on the YouTube channel, just tab over to the dice. So just going to have a quick look. So we've got they're like a pastel mixed. It looks almost like a wood grain finish, but they're kind of like a pastel marble. You've got the 2d6, you've got the d8, which look absolutely incredible. I've got your little teaser token there as well, and obviously the block dice are to be confirmed because, like you said, the place that makes it is being used for PPE at the moment, which is which I think is very fair. So those dice look absolutely gorgeous, and like you said, you don't have to play in the tournament to get a copy of the dice, and if you do just buy the dice, you're still helping to contribute to a really great cause. So if you can't make the tournament, even though it's a digital tournament, you can still support the event and get some really cool and very unique dice by supporting, which is very, very, very cool, man. Really, really excited by that.
So as well as just the D6, once I saw the dice, I knew I wanted block dice to go with them. And then the next step was D8s. They've cast up the D8s as a test run. He wasn't sure it was going to work. I asked about it. He cast it, and again, probably the best looking D8 I've ever seen.
I was going to say, it's cast up. It's worked really well.
Yeah, and the photos you've got aren't even finished production quality ones. They're still halfway through being made.
Cool. So they are going to get even better then.
Yes. Yeah. So that's that. And then for all the tournaments I normally run, I get custom printed beer bottle tops made.
Yeah.
So I thought I would get a set of those made for this with the logo on. They're just nice little tokens.
Yeah, great for turns and re-rolls and things. I know Rich has got some from
whatever you
Carnage or Secret. Yeah, to use them for turn markers and things, which is absolutely brilliant. So, we've got the prices up on the Facebook page. So this is Secret Carnage on Facebook is the group. Please just log on and give that a like and a follow. Share if you can. Rob, are you happy for me to just read through the price list that you've got on here at the moment?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, fantastic. So free worldwide postage. Rob's already covered that. He wants to make sure that everybody can be involved no matter where you are. So the prices here are the prices for wherever you live. And with the money that is left over all going towards that charity, obviously it kind of balances out. So if loads of people from somewhere close by or far away, they will still be making money for charity. So here we go. First pick. Would you like to have Lockdown Bowl tickets, which include 2d6 for £10, or you can just buy the 2d6 on their own for £8? And then you can add an extra an extra 2d6 for £4, Rob, is that right?
Yeah, so an extra 2d6 for £4.
Brilliant. And then you've got some block dice which you can add, and this weekend it includes the d8. That's an extra £10, and a token set which is going to be free for the first 35 orders, or £8 each. And you contact Rob at the address listed and pay through PayPal. So if you want to take part in the tournament, it's £10. You get your 2d6 posted when they're produced to wherever you are. If you just want the 2d6 and don't want to take part in the tournament, then it is just the £8. And then you've got some cool extras, so extra d6 tokens, block dice that you can add to it. And Rob, if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump in with the thing that we said we'd support you with. So Ben and I at the Bonehead Podcast, for up to the first 50 people who want to join in the tournament, we will donate £2 to Rob's cause here as well to support. So if you get 50 people turn up in the tournament to sign up to the tournament, Rob, and then there'll be an extra £100 going towards Doctors Without Borders.
Thank you very, very much.
It's a great cause. I need to pick up my ticket and my dice later, because this is very cool. So, talking about the tournament itself, Rob, can you give us give us a rundown of how this is going to work?
Yeah. So just quickly before that, if this goes out after the weekend for any reason, then I'll keep the free D8 with the block dice offer going for 24 hours after this goes up on the YouTubes and out on the podcast feeds.
Thanks, Rob. This will be going up Saturday night or Sunday if I have a problem, so we should be okay.
Brilliant. Okay. So yeah, the tournament is a fumble tournament, so but it's not being played over kind of like a 24-hour period.
Yep.
It's more. It is basically a league, but with sort of set pairings, using the Swiss system to pair people. So you'll always, if you win your first game, you'll probably be playing someone else who's won their first game. If you lost your first game, you should be playing someone who's lost their first game.
Makes a lot
you
of
should
sense.
always be playing someone on kind of about the same level as you. You can take any team available on Fumble.
So this is the super cool thing that I'm really excited about, Rob. And I mean, your tournament's the Secret Carnage, where you can run. What is it? Is it all secret teams or just most of them?
It's not just the secret teams at Secret Carnage. You can run pretty much any team you can find.
Fantastic.
It's all the GW teams. It's all the secret teams. This year it's going to be your guys mixed up teams.
Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, it last year it was like 120 something teams, which is kind of what you can take
on
for
Fumble.
Lockdown Bowl.
Yep.
Next time I get round to running Secret Carnage, and I'll make sure you guys plug it for me.
Absolutely.
There should be something like 600 possible teams once you've chucked in all your weird and wonderful variants.
But for Lockdown Bowl, we're sticking to something like 120 teams, with the NAF teams, with the stunted teams, and the secret teams. Not a bad amount at all. So the event's going to be run over 4 weeks. Was that right?
Over 4 weeks, so it's one game a week for 4 weeks. I appreciate that real life is possibly going to upset some people and get in the way. I'll do my best to deal with that, but unfortunately rounds are going to have to move on.
Yep.
The timing for when rounds begin and end is using the current time in the UK, which is British summertime, or GMT plus one.
Not confusing at all.
I could have just put British summertime, but I didn't know whether people in far away distant lands would understand that.
Yeah, very sensible.
Probably confused everyone who lives in the UK. But yeah.
Cool. So to summarise, it's all the NAF teams, all the Stunty League teams, all the Secret
Yep.
League teams, all of that are actually available on Fumble, and it's going to be played over a period of 4 weeks with one round each week, with Rob doing the pairings. And in the Facebook page, there is a rules pack. In the rules pack, Rob's got a very comprehensive. You can see it on the screen here, breakdown of when the pairings will happen and when the rounds need to happen by. And like you just said, Rob, any problems, contact you, and maybe it could be sorted out, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
But these things happen. But the whole point of this tournament is to play some games for a great cause.
And the other reason that I wanted to do this right now, particularly, apart from just raising money for what I feel is a really good cause, is so everyone felt they've got friends out there, in the same position with them. So to go along with the tournament, anyone in the tournament, I've created a Discord server. So hopefully that will be turning into a regular little chat type place. I've
That'd
not
be really
started
cool.
adding people yet, but I will be getting on with that in the next 24 hours or so.
I'll make sure that we, when that goes live, I'll share that in our Discord as well. So the guys who are in our Discord will have a good little pop-up saying, here, there's also this group going on, join in.
So hopefully that'll turn into a nice little community of people all playing in the same league, all having the same kind of experience of it.
No, that's really, really cool. So it's a 1.2 million team build with the following rules: sparring expenses, Polygon as per 2016, Wizards are legal. This is fantastic. Petty cash doesn't affect TV. Because it's in a league format, Rob, I assume that after each game, casualties and things will carry over, or have we found?
Yes, it's not a resurrection style tournament.
It's a league. It's a proper league.
Yeah. I like to run my tournaments like they were leagues. If you look at the North Wales Carnage Cup, hopefully that's obvious.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's kind of very much the logic. But in an actual 24-hour period tournament, it makes more sense that it's resurrection style.
Yep.
With this, and there is no way this is going to be balanced in any way, shape, or form. There's 120 something teams. I mean, what idiot put this together?
It's a great opportunity to try a little mini league out with some of those Stunty and Secret League teams. I'm really interested to see how they play, so I'm sport for choice. I'm really happy.
Anytime anyone looks at these sort of teams, you start having conversations about them. It doesn't take long for, I wonder how that would work in real play.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, over the course of 4 weeks.
If you want to bring your dwarves or your wood elves or whatever, fine, do it. I think I've got an Ogre Kingdoms team lined up, ready to go.
Oh, that's very cool.
Which is like regular ogres, but with 4
extra
or 5
stuff.
additional positionals.
Yeah.
So
that's very cool. Okay, Rob. So again, I'm just going to summarize it for our listeners and our viewers out there. Rob is running a tournament over 4 weeks throughout April, with the first pairing going live on the 30th of April, 8 p.m. GMT +1 UK summertime. You can buy a ticket to the event. You'll get some 2d6, some custom 2d6 sent to you wherever you are in the world. But if you can't make the tournament, you can still support the event and get some really cool, unique dice and tokens and things, and really just, it's a great opportunity to support a charity. And please check it out, join in. I'm going to do what I can to provide coverage on matches and standings, and I'll be playing in it as well, Rob. So it should be a really, really, really cool event. And what we got 5 days until we get the bearings.
Yep.
Cool. So if you're listening, jump in now, get signed up, get those dice there, and for the first 35 people that sign up, they get the tokens for free, and the first 50 people who sign up for the tournament will donate an extra £2 to Doctors Without Borders as well. So, Rob, hopefully we can help you make a difference while having a great time with a bunch of great players. Sounds like a great goal.
Thank you very, very much. If you want more information, if you want to get in touch with me, my email is bbcarnage@gmx.co.uk.
Make sure that's in the links as well, in the show notes as well.
Yep, or there's through Facebook, either Secret Carnage or the North Wales Carnage Cup Facebook page, or just looking for Robert Williams Day on Facebook. Just get messages to me however you can. I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible.
That's fantastic. Rob, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for running such a really cool event at a time where actually It's needed by everybody. I know there's a lot of stuff on Fumble and a lot of stuff going on out there, guys. But if you're after just something a little different, a little bit more for a great cause, then this is absolutely something to jump on and support. So, Rob, thank you so much for joining me. Is there anything else you wanna mention, or have we covered everything now?
No, I think that's it.
Fantastic.
But any questions, if anyone's got a question out there, just reach out to me. I'm happy to answer anything.
Yep, and if you can't find Rob, let me know and I'll pass the message along. Fantastic. Lovely. Rob, thanks very much. And guys, thanks very much for listening. We'll be back next week with our regular episode. And yeah, all the best. Take care, Rob. I will see you. Well, we'll catch up in a few days to sort the pairings out. I'm excited to see who I'm going to get paired with. So yeah, let's have a good one. Take care, Rob.
You too, Ben.